When an American is about 1 year old, the parents start asking them what they want. Do you want this? Do you want this? Do you want to eat this? And so, we get like what we are, and then we become academics, and we get worse. We have a lot of ideas and opinions, but somehow in every country that I recruited in, I had a lot of people to guide me, and I learned to go into the room and wait, or get briefed and go into the room and wait until I was told what to do. And I think that's, maybe I learned that from watching Fuji, I don't know, or the people who went besides me. But I learned to do what I was told to do, and that's how we recruited people over time. And I really got into the whole idea of a family, and I think in part that was because I was a Japan specialist. When I did my dissertation and wrote about Japan, I don't think I had a gut feel about what Japan was really about. Superficial stuff probably in my dissertation, but I learned to the most important thing was to have my own family. I learned that over time, and then the IBEAR family. So I only have those two families, but it's it's something like 1,600 people, plus an average of 2.56 family members, and so it's a lot of names to remember. And the most difficult thing is that Fuji always used to tell me all the names into my ear, and now she can't tell me. She's only at by maybe 94.75 remember the names. But I want to thank Cello. First of all, I want to thank Vice-Dean Dutta. I've been calling him Dutta for years, but Dutta is that the correct? Yep. Is that close?
That's correct.
Close. And what he did is he asked me who should be on the committee that he appointed to select a new person. And that doesn't happen all that often for the outgoing guy. And I gave him a list of about 15 people and faculty members, and then he selected. Really, what he did is he selected a great committee, selection committee from those faculty members, and then the committee and the vice-dean allowed us to have input. And so we had 2 IBEAR alumni on the selection committee, along with, 3 faculty members. And then he allowed us to go out, and we had a Japan representative, a Korea representative, a Taiwan representative, and a Latin America representative interview the candidates. Now, they weren't used to being interviewed by alumni, but Steve Harper and Marina Kotsianis organized this, and some of the candidates, well, I shouldn't say that, right? But I talked to Cello for 1 hour. The first time in my life I talked to him. I talked to him 1 hour before I went off to Montana, I think it was, for a vacation with my wife. And I think what we talked about, I know what we talked about, was all soft side stuff. I did like an IBEAR interview. I asked him what his mother did, what his father did, and we spent the whole hour talking about Turkey and talking about Ankara and talking about education. And okay, my one worry was soft side skills, and does he care about people individually. Then I also was impressed with his academic background. I thought it was time for IBEAR to have, and I'm a political science, so I'm thinking power and influence all the time. That's where I was, that's what I, all those terrible books about power and influence that I read as a graduate student. But, he's a tenured full professor in macroeconomics, and he has a long research career, good cooperation. He's been doing research in Japan with the Bank of Japan. He can talk content issues that are very important to IBEAR guys in a very sophisticated way, and I saw him do it around the dinner table in Osaka. So I love that, and I thought that we needed to have some influence at this time in our life within the school by having a tenured full professor. with a distinguished research career, so his colleagues would respect him. And in the end, we got him after a long, long, difficult process, hard work, and I'm proud to say that I'm really happy to say that I think he's going to be great as a great leader, next leader of IBEAR. So that's the most important thing. Now, the last thing I'll say is, again, everything is bias is owed. We have so much alumni support. We have alumni helping us all over the world, and when I hate the word retire. When you retire, you won't want anybody to say you're retiring because you know you're still active, and I'm busier now than besides the rehab, which my wife is leading the rehab, but you know, my dad was academic, and he was busier after he retired than, I mean, he was as busy, and I saw that, and I said, oh, that's amazing. So right now I'm retired, I guess, from IBEAR, but my love is to support IBEAR Cello, support the Marshall School, support the staff, and we need to go out and raise funds to make us get really up to world-class scholarships, diversity, all of those things we've been saying, and then we love to travel in the Western United States. I'll be back regularly, I think, to Asia and even Latin America. As of November 1st, I become an employee of Itoen.
Are sure?
On even well, you know, people in Japan and around the world take care of you. So I guess I've always given a little bit of advice to Yosuke Honjo-san. And of course I've always kept my eye as a terrible golfer on the greens. You know, the fairways on the Honjo-san's golf course are as good as greens in America. So Yosuke, I'm sure we'll put together something for the IBEAR guys to get together. Maybe play the Korean guys or play the European guys or something like that. But I will be going back to Brooklyn to see Yosuke, and I'm on email with him often. And I don't know what my title is, but it'd be something like advisor. And then I'm going to Bangkok on Sunday, not for swimming, and that's a terrible joke, but you know, I'm going with a very interesting Vietnamese American executive who's 75 years old and much livelier than me, much smarter than me, and we're doing some business development. And of course, I have that all. I owe IBEAR for the relationships. Everything. I think every person that is helping this great LED product for marine fishery uses or for street lights around the world. But LED street lights, if someone tries to sell you a street light, say no until you get our product, because there's a lot of bogus product out there. And so we'll go, and I'm already having fun, so I'll have a lot of opportunities to come back and say hi to you guys. Thank you very much.